Welcome back to the channel, all of you. Today in this session, we'll have a discussion on MBA in Sustainability Management. And for the discussion today, we have a team from Xavier School of Sustainability Management. And in this team, we have Professor Suttappa Patti, who is the Academic Dean of School of Sustainability Management, Xavier University, Bhubaneswar. We also have Professor Elizabeth Abba, who is the Assistant Dean of International Relations. Also with us today is Professor Arup Roy, who is the Coordinator of Admissions Committee, and Professor Vikrant Vijay Patil, who is the Coordinator for Career Advisory and Placements. So welcome to the show, all of you. In this session, we will understand what sustainability management is all about, and for people who want to do MBA in sustainability management, what is the career ahead? And we'll be discussing career path, the curriculum of the college, and also what in general is sustainability management. One of the things that most of the students actually keep on asking me is what is this program in sustainability management and what do people actually learn in this program?
Okay, first of all, thank you so much, Ajay, for this session. And I'll quickly, go to the, this is a new field, and we started in the year 2015. And so I'll first explain that this is actually a 2 years full-time Masters in Business Administration. So it is an MBA, and the specialization is in the domain of sustainability. So taking that forward, if I talk about the curriculum and how the program and the courses are structured, so taking the MBA concept forward, there are a list of courses which belong to the general management category. So a student who studies this program as a core course will have courses related to finance, operations, marketing, all the core courses which are traditionally learned by MBA students. Then there are also functional specialization in these areas. That comes in second year. So a student, suppose in the second year, wants to take up electives in the area of marketing or wants to specialize in finance. So this is one part of the understanding that there are certain skill sets and theoretical frameworks that any MBA graduate needs to know. So that is there. So that is part of the curriculum. Now let us now talk about sustainability. Before explaining the courses, first, popularly what sustainability is known as is obviously the 3P concept, which is the people, planet, God, profit, everybody talks about it. Then people also talk of sustainability in the context of optimization of resources, and making things circular. Another way of talking about sustainability is risk. How do you assess and manage in the context of sustainability? And fourth point, very popularly, sustainability is also understood as, how we look at things in systemic way, system understanding, which we call, and, bringing in new innovations. So taking that forward, we have 5 verticals of sustainability cluster. Number 1 is climate change and natural resource management. Number 2 is we have policy, law and governance. So sustainability is a lot of correlation with acts and the new policies that are coming. Then we have human development, when you understand the social context, then social entrepreneurship and renewable energy. So these are the sustainability verticals which we have, and many of the courses are aligned to this. So what happens when a student does an MBA with a specialization in sustainability management, he or she gets to know how both sides, that is how businesses impact environment and society, and also vice versa, how environmental indicators and social indicators, contribute to the concept of business. So this, so the curriculum has like 50% of the credits coming from the sustainability cluster. Last point which I want to mention is then in second year, the student also, as sustainability is a wide field, student can then get to specialize as well. Suppose a student wants to make a career in the field of energy. So he and she can then specialize in energy and operations or energy or marketing. If a student wants to go into reporting, ESG, which is becoming mandatory today for most organizations through SEBI or EHS, my professor is going to, Professor Vikrant is going to speak more about it, like when he speaks about the career opportunities. So summarizing, what I want to say is there are general management programs which are there that every MBA graduate And there are sustainability core courses also, which a student can and then specialize in sustainability also.
In this particular course, like a general MBA program that a student would be doing, you typically have the first year as a lot of common subjects, and the second year students tend to take a lot of electives, right? And
Yes.
they get a lot of electives from finance, marketing, operations, HR, information management, and so on and so forth. So for a student who is doing sustainability management also, he'll have the same options in the second year?
So what we have in second year is they can choose from two clusters. One we are calling as functional cluster. So you can either take electives from the finance domain or operations domain or marketing domain. Then there is second, the student gets elective is, as I said, sustainability cluster. So second year courses electives look like this. So suppose you have 5 courses from operations, and then you have 6 courses from sustainability. So suppose 6 energy courses, or a student wants to go into climate change reporting in the consulting, all the big 4 consulting firms, if he or she wants to go,
Yeah.
then they can take courses like occupational health and safety, greenhouse gas accounting, and then club it with operations marketing, whichever. So that's how, we have made the second year elective courses.
Now, another question that is there, which I encounter a lot from students typically is, why a sustainability management program at all for any university? Because there are quite a lot of universities which now has come out with such kind of programs worldwide. In India also, we have seen IIM Lucknow also launching that program a couple of years back. So why the need for this?
Ajay, this is a very important question. See, we are living in a very difficult time with conflicts and global challenges like climate change. And to address the challenges, we require interdisciplinary and new education pathways. So Xavier University Bhubaneswar decided to respond to such global challenges and promote the cause of sustainability, and drawing inspiration from the Jesuit tradition on care for the environment and social justice. Uh, the School of Sustainability in Xavier University Bhubaneswar offers 2 years MBA Sustainability Management program, and the whole idea is to bring about the change the way businesses are being carried out in society and economy. The key word is the change. We wanted, like, the way businesses are operating, they need to integrate sustainability into their operations, and this makes business sense as well as helps to improve the triple bottom line, that is people, planet, and profit. And the industry's brand image, reputation, stakeholder relations are strengthened. There's a platform of innovation. So overall, it's a win-win situation for the industry also.
So what kind of companies and what kind of industries do students actually land up finally after doing a sustainability management program? And this is something that worries a lot of students. What industries pick up people, or what are the kind of companies which come to campus and pick up students, and in what roles do they pick up students in sustainability management?
Thank you, Ajay. Again, this is also a very important question which triggers everyone who aspires to do this program. You see, the spectrum of companies or industries that come to absorb the students of MBA in sustainability management is very broad. So we have organizations from various sectors like mining, manufacturing, automobile, apparels, pharmaceuticals, consulting, community development, finances, and foundations as well. In these sectors, our students are working in the areas like sustainability management, sustainability consulting, sustainability reporting, sustainable supply chain management, corporate social responsibility, banking, financial services, and insurance. And these are the broad sectors in which they are working. And to name a few companies that come, there are many companies that have come, but few of them are like Aditya Birla Group, then ACC Trust, Tata Trust, Tata Motors, and then Tata Power. Apart from that, Jindal Steel and Power. So these Cadila Pharmaceuticals. So these are certain companies which have recruited, which have been recruiting our students in past.
And when XUB is looking at picking up students, do they take the CAT score, or is there multiple scores that they look at? How is the admission process, and what is it that you look forward to in terms of a student wanting to get into a sustainability management program in XUB?
Yeah, Ajay, thank you. Ajay, the thing is that we have a long legacy of admission and our brand. So we allow the student with a good CADS at course. Along that, we also, as you know, this is a transdisciplinary subject. So therefore, we also favor the student. We want that our class should be vibe. So in that concept, we also allow students, those who have that from the agriculture background, environmental science and engineering, some from the life science. So we allow them to go through our sustainability aptitude test. But for that, we also follow the UGC and AICTC recommendation for the minimum eligibility criteria. So they must confirm that minimum eligibility criteria. Then we have our sustainability aptitude test as well as the interview, personal interview specifically for those students who are from the background like thematically aligned with the sustainability, especially. So we open the door for them also.
So the XUB conducts its own exam for sustainability management, a separate aptitude test?
Yeah, that is the separate aptitude test is conducted through the school itself.
Okay, and that has kind of a similar portion like how you have a CAT or a ZAT, or is there something else that the students are tested on?
In sustainability aptitude test, we want to assess how the students are inclined to the knowledge about the sustainability, how the environment and social aspect. Okay, so CAT is the common entrance pool. We also taking students from there, and as well as we also have such option so that we can increase the versatility in our classroom.
So you said that, agriculture students from biosciences, they get preference in this program, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So why is the preference given to agriculture science students? Because as you said, your placements mostly happen in manufacturing sector, consulting, in pharmaceutical sector, right? So Tata Power and those kind of companies are mostly in manufacturing sector, right? So why this preference for agriculture students? Is there something related to agriculture that they can get into, or food industry that they can get into?
Yeah, definitely. There is an option, always option for they are going to like a sustainable agriculture. So as a faculty, when we try to taught in class, then we realize that if we have a student from the agriculture background, then the peer learning will increase. So learning process will synthesize the process is more high concept. So therefore, we want that student from the environmental science background or biotech background, they can input, added the extra value in the classroom discussion. And MBA is the professional, and as much as you discuss and develop your concept like that.
Also, many of the recruiters, consulting firms, actually asked for specifically background as well. Along with that, if a student is thematically aligned, like forestry, environmental science, or any of the social sciences, we have had companies like, Big Four, when they come, sometimes they, or even we have seen consulting firms like, whether you talk of EY, KPMG, or Grant Thornton. So when they ask, do you have students, any one of them who is from agriculture background or from sociology background? So they do us. When you go for consulting in the government, for government projects or community development projects or CSR projects or environment area projects, then they sometimes prefer. And along with that, as Professor said, it brings in a rich discussion and diversity in the class.
Okay, another very important question that most of the students, who get into this kind of programs that they ask me is, will the student have a similar kind of a career progression after he gets into the company, or will a sustainability management student have a completely different career and get into completely separate field? Or is it going to be something very, very similar to what the other MBA students will also follow in terms of the career path?
As far as career path is concerned, the sustainability management students, you see, the area is a very niche area, and there are very unique job roles. The career path is very different, and we have seen our students growing at a logarithmic scale in their career. They joined as like in consultancies, they joined as consultants, and in just 4 years' time now they got promoted also as senior consultants and so on. Apart from that, students who go in the area of reporting, these are the places wherein it is not just reporting about the initiatives that the company is doing, but they also play a crucial role in helping out companies to reduce their carbon emissions and other such aspects. This brings out our students. This makes our students stand out from the masses. A person who has done plain operations management, and a student who has an operations management experience with sustainability background, he looks at the problem from a very different perspective. Look for he or she would look at the approach which will help the society, which will improve the economic, and which will also benefit the planet. So these aspects are imbibed in the students of sustainability management, which are not imbibed in other students.
And I assume this also gives a lot of opportunity for probably the students to get into some kind of research career in future, do an FPM program or a PhD later on.
Some of the students do go for further studies. Like last year, one of our students cleared UGC NET examination for assistant professor. He aspires to be a research fellow. Apart from that, two of our alums are also looking for PhD programs or master's programs abroad. So there are students who also are interested in doing research in this area.
Madam said that there are companies like banks and even IT companies which pick up people for sustainability management, right? So when we look at sustainability management, for a person who has not done sustainability management, when I look at it, it's more about environment. It's more about, looking at how the world is and how the world is changing and sustaining that change, right? So what is the role of a student in a bank or IT who has done sustainability management? So can you just throw a bit of light on that so that we can understand what kind of roles they get in?
Internationally and globally, and when we see the movement and the changes that are coming, it has already begun. I mean, SEBI has already started mandating, the changes that need to be, the way we operate, way we report, and way we measure things. Everything is undergoing a change today. I'll give you two examples. First example is annual reports no longer look the same again. So there is a concept which is called as integrated reporting. Earlier sustainability reports or any small reporting on your impacts would be very separate. Today, people are looking at integrated reporting. That means you're doing your financial reporting along with your environment, profit and loss, and also it is looking at the integrated approach in which we report and measure things. So that is undergoing a huge change. Another you must have heard is a popular term which is coming as circular economy and everything circular. So earlier the whole method of doing business, which was linear in concept, has undergone a complete change and people are looking at a circular concept. So here we are talking of integrating sustainability in all the functions of business, whether it is HR, whether it is operations, and there is a huge global change. And I'm seeing with this pandemic, this change, it's hasten the process. And things are going to be fast tracked. Earlier, we were thinking when we started, very few companies could align with what we were researching and our students. Today, many companies, we speak the same language, we're looking at same research, so now coming to your point of finance. So there, carbon finance is an area which is there, impact investment is coming, reporting is different today, environment, so you have your balance sheets which is, has to be reported in with a lot of indicators added. So here is where a sustainability management student can play a very active role in understanding. Even venture capitalists today, when this whole area of investments, which is undergoing a sea change, which is coming under responsible investments, social investments, and then now we are calling it impact investments. So our students are trained to do these jobs as well. So, the whole finance, operations, marketing, the consumer behavior. So SDG 12 talks about sustainable consumption and production. So the whole behavioral change pattern which is coming, way we package our products, way we, launch our products and have a dialogue with the consumer is undergoing a sea change. And I see our students prepared to lead that change.
So I think in this COVID era, probably this course is actually even more significant, right? Because there's a lot of change happening across the industry, and we would probably see a lot of more sustainable initiatives coming up by various kind of companies, right? Does XUB offer students an exchange program, and is there any kind of international connect with colleges? Do students get an opportunity to interact with students outside this country and understand what's happening in the area of sustainability in various other countries? Interact with professors probably, and even go to some of the campuses abroad and spend some time.
Yes, Ajay, our students have plethora of opportunity related to international exposure, and Xavier University Bhubaneswar has very good partnership with eminent business schools in US, Europe, and Asia. And specific to our schools, we interact with certain universities like San Diego State University, Loyola University, Chicago. So our students in the past had summer internship opportunity in Endeavour, Malaysia, then Flipnik, France, and one of our students also did his winter internship in Ministry of Women and Child Affairs, Bangladesh. And last year, one of our students, she attended summer school in Kedge Business School. She went to study supply chain management, the design of the supply chain management. And we also had like two of our undergrad students. She went to San Diego State University to get trained in climate change and sustainability practices. Two students went to Nepal to study on gender, addressing SDG goal number 5. So there have been plethora of opportunity. In addition, very important is our students got an opportunity to do live project with the University of Loyola Chicago and Abbott Laboratories USA, where our students, under the leadership of our Dean, Professor Sutapa Pati, they could do a live project related to supply chain. Maybe you can share more with respect to the project.
So this project was for Abbott USA, a consulting project. And the interesting thing was, the company wanted students' involvement, students to lead the project, and faculty to play a supporting role. And their global supply chain head actually had come to Mumbai, and 4 of our students and 3 of our faculty from here, we had flown down to Mumbai, and our students actually did the presentations to them.
Okay, so finally, one question to all of you. What kind of student are you looking for? So when a student comes for sustainability management, what is it that you look for in the student? And what is it that the student should come with as an expectation to this program?
Personally, I would look for a student who comes with a lot of passion, passion for sustainability studies and persistent. Since this is a new area, niche area, you have to work hard. So I want students who have really, who has a lot of passion and persistent to contribute to the society. He should have a feeling of a change maker. This is not like any other program. You are contributing to the society well-being of the planet. So you reach out to people. So you should have that sustainability heart to pursue your studies and then further career options in sustainability.
Yeah, but also sustainability is not a desk-based learning. We really encourage our students to go out there in the field, stay with the community, look at so one of our professor is a GIS expert. We want them to go to the field and look at the plantations. We have tie-ups with like Bhitarkanika National Park and Chilka Development Authority, which is one of the Asia's biggest lagoon. And students go there, take data, they visit renewable energy projects. So there's a lot of mix of field-based learning and going to factories, looking at hazardous waste, looking at the factory processes, along with the theoretical frameworks that we would teach in the class.
So student must have that acuma or knowledge or grab that cutting edge technological advancement so that they should be ready to deal with recent challenges when they are out in the corporate. Okay, we want our students be prepared so that they can go to corporate and do the justice about the knowledge what they are grabbing in 2 years. so they can improve the quality of the corporate over there.
Lastly, what we look for, the most important thing is patience, and also a student who has an ability to, who is self-motivated, because as you know, this is a new area that is coming up. Our students also are the unique ones in the market who have this kind of knowledge. So at some point of time, there is some kind of resistance that will also come. Why do we really need to go for sustainability? So there are many students who come and tell us that, sir, we had to go beyond our limits to convince the authorities to initiate sustainability in the program. So someone who is, as Elizabeth Professor Elizabeth said, who is really passionate, someone who has a tremendous amount of patience, and someone who is very well motivated is the one who we look for.
Thank you for this insightful discussion. This was a real eye-opener for me, and I learned a lot today about sustainability management. I'm sure the viewers would also have learned and understood what sustainability management is all about, and a few of them would definitely look forward for a career in sustainability management and look forward to the School of Sustainability Management in XUB as one of their options for doing their MBA. So thank you very much, and all of you watching this show, please don't forget to subscribe the channel.